Hello, hello, and welcome back to Divine Journey 2. Nothing really happened since last time with the base. We're actually just jumping straight into it from last time, more or less. But also I lied to you. This is made in post. We're doing alloying today, so I'll see you then. I am sick and tired of making these alloys myself. So I have gathered some things here with a slightly cluttered inventory, ignore that, to alleviate this problem. First and foremost, the plan here is that we're going to have a bunch of export buses leading to 2x2 drawers, and then into alloy smelters, exporting into 1x1 drawers that will all have connected to a storage bus. We have an entire dedicated P2P for this, and we will probably do this for this section of the wall as well. I'm thinking probably both of these are almost entirely going to be just these alloy smelter arrays. So to start, we want our input sections here. We're going to have an export bus onto each of these, which I am not thrilled that I'm going to use this many drawers and thus this many buses, downgrades, etc. But it is... I'm not actually sold that it's the best solution, but it's one that I can look at, so I don't hate it. Realistically speaking, I think the thing that will probably... No, because for some of the more expensive things, it's gonna... no, because it's... Yeah, no, I'm thinking about this more. I think it's fine, because it will consume from the buffer, right? Like, this is just a buffer. Let me actually get another drawer controller. So here's the vague idea. Is we're going to fill up all these little middle sections here with these alloy smelters. I'm going to have to make a bunch of capacitors for this too. Uh-oh. This is going to be a bit of an expensive undertaking, but that's alright. So we're going to have inputs on these 2x2 drawers, each of which will be fed by an export bus out the back. Each will export to one of these drawers here. And all of these will be connected to a storage bus drawer, or a storage bus that will be on this drawer right here. We don't actually have a storage bus, but we'll worry about that in a second. What I need to do is I need to grab a bunch of export buses. I need to grab a storage bus, excuse me, and I need to do a lot of filtering. So I'll be back. All right, so here's what we've got so far. It's a little bit different than the last cut, but spatial requirements and all that. So we've got export buses, excuse me. We have export buses behind each of these drawers. Each of these alloy smelters is just using a double layer capacitor because hopefully this just kind of all goes normally and we don't have to do too much. And the goal here is that all of the conduits here are feeding both energy and items to put them into this here controller. The controller will have with a storage bus, and we'll have all of our various alloys here. I'm thinking first I want to go bottom to top for both of these. Like baseline alloys first, like bronze, invar, electrum, stuff like that. So we're probably going to miss a few of these later tier ones, but I think that's fine. I think what we actually want to start with is, again, things like bronze, invar, electrum, pulsating iron, energetic alloy, vibrant alloy, things like that, that we really never want to make again. Whereas with something like mithril, we can kind of just do that whole thing. I feel things like the various alloys from Ender.io are going to be big requirements, and if we have spare alloy smelters, we'll worry about it for those things. I don't think I'm going to have signalum up here, nor andirium, nor lumium. Maybe I should do lumium, actually, because I think we need the lumium gears for... for empowered glod, so I probably should do lumium, actually. In which circumstance, I think we should probably do signalum and andirium as well. I don't know entirely what this is all going to be used for, especially in like the coming soon section, but I mean, advanced cards is pretty important. I'm sure we'll need a lot of signalum plates for things. Plus, it's just going to be nice to have for these upgrade kits, because we're going to need a lot of all of that. So I'm going to filter these, like I said I would last time, and I will catch you back shortly. the filters are set. I think we're good to... Oh, actually, hold on, forgot a thing. I nearly forgot to give all of these guys a downgrade, because we certainly do not want to be spending all of our resources on this. So the idea is that we constantly have one stack-ish of all of this stuff buffered. So now, what we're missing, I think, is to just go plug it in. So let's grab this cable from here. And give it a shot. Plug it in. Big channels, 8 on either side, 1 there. Should be coming out to 17 there. Should be seeing a lot of things kick on. Let's pop this storage bus to 900. Looks like it's working. Steel's not working because we don't have any coke dust in the system. But I think this should be working. Why is this one not? Oh, are you... Yeah, I forgot to put that to pull. How about this one? We've got platinum in, but where's your lead? Oh, the lead's all in there, but it's just eating the ender pearls first. Will it kick on after that? There we are. Why is, accepting from something? No, doesn't look like it. I don't know, that was really weird. It was, taking those ender pearls really slowly. It looks like it's all working. Ender IO side is full blast, looking great. Red alloy is going to be an issue now for our redstone alloy. Oh wow, I already got a stack of all that. Steel we're going to worry about shortly. Maybe we buffer a couple stacks of each of these, I'm thinking. Yeah, I think let's pick a few of these to have several stacks of at a time. Back with some upgrades. Let's start. Definitely we want 4 stacks of bronze, Invar, Electrum. Let's go 8 of steel. I think those 4 are fine. Electrical steel is fine at a stack. Same thing with the alloy, the conductive iron. Pulsating iron, I think we want at least at 4. Energetic alloy we'll leave at 2. Vibrant alloy we'll leave at 2. I think we'll just do 2 for both of those as well. 2 in that one, 2 in that one. Think about maybe 4 or 8 for pulsating iron. I'm not sold though. We'll leave it like this and we'll see how we find it. But yeah, safer facades. I think this is the setup. It looks pretty good, I'll be honest. I think this looks pretty solid. We'll see shortly if we buffer everything right. I'll throw some coke dust in the system to test out the steel. But it looks like all this is working just fine. Looks like the Enderium's going. The alloy's up to 38. Yeah, that's looking good. It's looking good. Oh wow, the energy. Oh wow. Actually, no, probably because it took that stack from the system. That would make sense. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. So happy that I think we might do it again. Second wall, done and dusted. All I gotta do is plug it in and hope it works. Okay. That's alright, that one doesn't have refined obsidian to work with. That one doesn't have either of those, if I had to bet. I certainly have the popped chorus. Refined obsidian's also missing. Lapis will be coming soon, it looks like. Mithril's already going. Oh, this is already like filled. Yeah, we just need to put pink slime in the network. Grains, and then the fertilizer. Yeah, all we really need to do is put some of these ingredients actually in the network, and it's good. Also, this is here. We haven't actually done anything with this. It's really just the empowerers placed down. We're probably going to use a bunch of conduits to transport items from somewhere in this vicinity into each of these display stands, and then power each of those with conduits, energy conduits instead of item conduits. It should work, but I'm also not certain if display stands and the empower break if there's conduits in the way. Like, if I want to put something between here and here, I'm not sure if that'll break the recipe or something. The hope here is that I never actually have to craft anything with this thing manually, because I know I'm going to have to make a lot, and I want this thing set up to work without really having to trifle with it further. The hope here is that with all these ingots almost fully automated, this should become a lot easier to do things with. There's going to be a number of things that we don't really have access to autocraft yet, namely like these vibrant bimetal gears we're going to have to do by hand still, platinum gears we're going to have to do by hand still, and the aluminum gears as well as the bimetal gears. Yeah, so really just a lot of gears are going to have to be done manually, but we might come around to that before too long. Yeah, and finally, of course, I want to add some storage upgrades to each of these. I definitely want crystalline brown slime, I think. Well, actually, no. First off, let's do the obvious. Dark steel, we're taking that to... I'm thinking maybe 16, but we'll leave it at 8 for right now. Solarium we'll take to 4. End steel and melodic, do we really use that much? I believe we use it for the chassis. Yeah, the enhanced machine chassis. That's about it. And the melodic capacitors eventually. End steel? What about that? Is that something we really use all too often? Seems like the only thing we really use end steel for is for chassis and melodic, so we can probably leave those both at 1 stack. We shouldn't need too many of those. Osgo Glass, Lapis, Demon Lord, and Mithril. Demon Lord I think I'm going to want 2 stacks of at any given time, just because it can be used for the open and the mob grindium ingots, respectively. Mithril we can probably get away with just the 1 stack of, because it seems the only thing we really need it for is making more pink slime and the occasional gear here and there, but nothing too absurd. Pink slime seems to be more of the same, and crystalline pink slime more or less the same as that. Except crystalline pink slime has the occasional use of, it looks like these co-processors are going to be useful, as well as maybe we'll upgrade our energy conduits, but I'm not certain if we'll do that. Crystalline brown slime I will hesitantly leave at just the 1, because it seems like most of the stuff that we need is already stuff that we have. It seems like the bulk of our crystalline brown slime costs are already behind us. So those are the ingot walls. I feel pretty good, honestly, I gotta say. I'm very happy to have these out of the way. I will very much enjoy each of these. Between cuts here, I'm gonna plug in the... Oof. Actually, I'm gonna have to figure out how to plug in refined obsidian glowstone, as well as plugging in the pink slime and the fertilizer. That should get us basically everything on this wall ready to go, with the exception of grains of causality. But that shouldn't be too bad because crystalline pink slime isn't super duper often needed. And if the only thing we really have to do for that manually is the grains of causality, that's a really good place to be from where we were before. So as it stands, really all we need is to kind of do the same thing here, but for refined obsidian, glowstone ingots, And I think that's about it. And then those will be, honestly, the majority of our alloys just kind of done and figured out, which is really nice. That's a big weight off my chest. That should do a lot of crafting time just kind of away. And if nothing else, probably allow me to process ores much faster, which we will come to shortly. I'm running into a big head with that, and I imagine not far off is going to be a quarry of some variety, and I'm going to want proper ore processing. So I think maybe this next room will be that, but that's a story for another day, as we've got the Empowerers to look at for the rest of today. So it's the next day now. I'm coming back to this in hopes to find a really good way to automate these. We have kind of thought of so far, I'm not sure if it is accidentally better than what I had hoped to do, but we'll find out. So the idea here I put on the clipboard is we will put basically everything in this chest, and once we get applied energistics interfaces, we can just use interfaces for this, or have an interface hooked up to this, doesn't matter. Should be easy to fix. Well, fix, automate, you get the idea. This chest will have a set of filters on each of these mini chests, which will basically separate them into 4 types. We'll say like red, green, blue, and yellow. So then this will be the red stack of display stands. So only things that will come from here will go into this. And only, say, things like, and this top slot is the red channel, right? Like congealed slime and vivid alloy and aluminum gears are on the red slot. And then the other 3 things are on the other 3 slots. So hopefully, because I believe display stands can only hold the 1 item. I guess I can check this right now, actually. Yes, okay, perfect. Then once they basically put in as much as they can, that the display stands will all run because they're all hooked up with these energy cables here. The issue then is that we have, we just need output then. So we just need to pull from here, which we could do on really any of these sides, I'd imagine. And that can output to a chest, say, here, or something like that. Yeah, originally the idea was, I thought I was going to have each of these display stands kind of have a unique input, like this display stand specifically would be exactly like platinum gears, and this one would be vivid alloy, and this one would be the congealed slime, because this layer would be for the emerald recipe, or the emeradic crystal empowered recipe. But this actually might just give us like 8 operations for this at a time, which would be really awesome, actually, if that's the case. So I'm gonna put it all together and see how it works. Alright, so it looks a little bit different, but here's the basic idea. It's more or less still the same thing that described, but I had forgotten that we need the output pipes, or output connections, on the back of the Empowerers themselves here. So those are on, well, the inputs and the outputs. The inputs are on black channel and the outputs are on white channel, leading into this chest here. What we're going to do really here is we're going to use these filter upgrade. We're going to get better filters. So we're going to take the filters and we're going to put them in, and then, oh, does it not work from here? Does it work from any eye at least? Oh, okay. So, yeah. Weird workaround. But yeah, so we're going to take everything from the, these are each from the top of the crafting recipe. So like, redstone alloy is the first one for Restoni on the top, prismarines on Palis, vivid alloy, etc. So all of that is going to be on specifically the red channel, and then we're going to do the same thing for the right, bottom, and left for each of these recipes. So I'll be back in just a second. Alright, so I've gathered some stuff for empowered Glod, Emeradic, and Diamantine. Obviously, because we want the crystal bundle, I want a jetpack. I want a jetpack really bad. You got it. You got to get it. So we're gonna throw it all in. Give it, oh, 2 things. 1, forgot the Diamantine. 2, forgot to turn the thing on. Alright, I've got the Diamantine. Throw that in. Turn it on. Hopefully it works. Cloudberries up that side. Vivid alloy up that side. Clay up that side. Wow. Look at that. Oh, man. That feels really good. That feels really good. Look at that. That was so fast. Holy. Can it take two batches at once? Interesting that it's taking the Glod first. Oh, it certainly can. Wow. That's a screenshot. That's really cool. No, okay, but yeah, that should still be on. Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter, doesn't matter. What does matter is we got all this stuff. Look at all this. I mean, we don't get a quest until we do everything, but we can make crystal bundles. And then we're gonna have to empower the crystal. Oh, actually, that's not a problem. Ooh, so in that circumstance, we're gonna have to swap this to round robin then. Turn that on. And we also have to add solidified XP to each of these except for this one. Because the actual... Oh, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. First, of course, we do have to alloy smelt our crystal bundles. Not particularly fast, but not particularly slow. Boom. Stick them together. Then we just throw these in together with, let's see, so 6, so this should be 24. Hopefully it goes to the right ones. Ooh. Oh, I see an issue. This has to be done in batches of 8. Interesting. Interesting. I suppose that's really just kind of the nature of how we built this, isn't it? Hmm. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Oh no, I still have more. Okay, wonderful. I mean, at least we got it though, right? It works, but we do need to do it in batches of 8, which is awkward. But that's, I mean, there's worse, caveats, right? Well, specifically, these we need to do in batches of 8, rather. But hey, that's empowered crystal bundles. So we just atomic reconstruct the empowered ones, and eventually we can combination craft this. Combination. I assume these pedestals and combination crafting. That was a runic plate? Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a while. But, 6? Ooh, we got a trophy! It's been so long since we got a trophy! Alright! Got the new penthouse up here. It's not a whole lot currently, but we got a shelf. Look at that. That cleans out our bottom shelf. Man, what time between those? Oh, but we got it. We got Elevatium. Oh, I'm super excited about that. We have a lot of cool stuff now. Not the least of which is, of course... Wait, what? What do you mean the other statement is false? Are they just lying about each other? Am I just getting got? I get... Call me a computer the way I just crashed reading that. I don't know. I'm gonna take a look at what it needs to make a jet plate. And then, let's see if we can't get that on the docket. Already done today. I would love that to finish off the day. Well, before we get ahead of ourselves, actually, we're gonna need a dark solarium. I think it was like... I think I remember like 10 of these. It's a whole dark steel block per each of these. So that's not great. But hopefully we don't need too many, right? Well, actually, you know me, my sidetracks. first, I want to learn some disenchanting. I've got a lot of good gear in here, in this here terminal, this little sub-network of tools and stuff that I want to take. There's a number of good efficiency books, protection books, mending books, unbreaking books, all the like, and I want them. The other thing is we actually have enough cobblestone to make a deep dark portal now. Okay, no, actually that's right. I don't know why I'm missing this, actually. Do I not have a disc? Oh, that's not good. Give me a second. Okay, that's better. So, I believe we can go back into here. And we're actually done with this chapter. Somehow, this is the first chapter we've completed. Not chapter 1. Oddly enough. Huh. Well, I mean, you know we just can't have that, right? While we're here, you know, it'd just be criminal not to complete chapter 1. Like, really? I mean, think of all the stuff that we have already. You know, we could do all this stuff, you know, like it's fine, you know, it's only one more sidetrack. You know me, I would never get sidetracked for the entire time, right? That doesn't sound like me even a little bit. Like, see, it's just, you know, the one quest and whatever this one is, which is, I mean, you know, not hard at all. We've literally done this before. And then we just claim a couple quests. I guess we'll take slime balls. Ooh, 2 compacting drawers. That's kind of nice. Tape measure. I don't know what that's for. I don't think we'll be using that, but maybe we will. I do appreciate those compacting drawers a lot, though. And now chapter 1 is completed. Yippee! So we're going to begin this whole crafting chain with just making some dark solarium. There's a couple reasons. The first of which is that I am basically now immediately allowed to upgrade my pickaxe again, which, I mean, I may as well, right? All I need really is a dark solarium. 2 is that we need it for a quest, right? And we're going to need it for the jet plate at the end. So it's good to get it now because it'll let our dark steel reserves build back up in the meantime. To start, though, it looks like we need to go through this whole tier of jetpacks. And I believe each one of these sets of thrusters is going to need Elevatium. Not a ton, it seems like, but it's also, each one seems to take a machine chassis, a capacitor, which isn't too bad, and some various alloy block. But I think because of our new ingot wall, this should be really easy for us. Like, it should just be like a bunch of clicking to craft it all. And I'm hoping that's the case. We'll find out. Step 1's easy. Step 2's easy. I'm liking where this is going, I'll be honest. Had to make some more Elevatium, but not too bad otherwise. Here's the first roadblock. Is for these vibrant thrusters, we're going to need a total of 4 of these crystalline capacitors. We haven't made these before. For these we need crystalline alloy, which is Elevatium, and a couple things we already really have just kind of going because of our various alloy walls. Grains of Pisality is set up on, there's a little side one that I did between cuts. So this shouldn't be too bad, and I suppose I'll probably slap this onto, well, no, I don't think I need to put this on the wall for right now, because Elevatium's kind of tough. We'll worry about that in a bit. But yeah, we'll come back when we've got some of this. Looking a bit forward, it seems we also need a melodic capacitor, so we're going to need a lot of these crystalline capacitors. But additionally, we're going to need the sea lanterns, which actually isn't a problem, because now that we have the atomic ray constructor, we can just turn quartz into prismarine and crush it for the crystals, so not too bad. Crystal allies. I actually only made half of these that I needed. I need to make another batch. Oh, 1 pulsating crystal, thanks. And 4 electrum. Overall, though, the vibrant thrusters, not too bad. And thus, the jetpack is only a... Oh, dagnabbit. It's only a handful of clicks away. And a couple of key presses. Alright, last one. Oh, and we have the Darkest of Souls. Actually, I wonder what I get for doing that. 4 refined obsidian? That's not too bad. Oh, actually, that's awesome, because we did need that for the melodic capacitor quest. And oh, and the crystalline capacitor quest. And maybe we'll make some of these for our kind of just around here machines. That might be worth it. Well, we'll think about that later. Though we've got crafting to do. So to start with, we're looking at this recipe. So we need the dark steel plating, which takes the various tiers below it, which shouldn't be too bad. The little bit of Elevatium and silicon shouldn't be anything too terrible. The glider wings are also not too terrible. It's just going to be a lot of conductive iron and, oh, I guess it is going to be a little bit of silicon. So that's going to be like, or Elevatium, so it's going to be somewhere in the ballpark at 20. I think we have enough still. I made a big batch of about a stack, so we'll see. The Ender Crystal is pretty easy. Just an Enderman Soul Vial and a Vibrant Crystal. I actually think we have the Enderman Vial. I know we have the 2 bats we're going to need, so I'm going to grab those now. Because the thrusters here take these flight control units, which take these empty flight control units, which is, we have this accounted for. But these 2 bat vials would be pretty annoying, but I thought ahead, I saw some bats, and I made sure to trap them. Beyond that, it seems the kind of just the melodic capacitor is the worst of it. Oh, never mind, I just saw 2 vibrant thrusters. That's gonna hurt, actually. That's kind of a problem. I'm gonna have to go down a lot of crafting for that. And the back capacitor banks here don't seem too bad at all. These seem pretty doable, so we'll be back. This should be the last of it. We put together the static armor pack. Ooh. Oh, I'm very happy. Oh, I'm very happy. So we're probably gonna... Actually, we can head over to the anvil here real quick. Take all of these upgrades out. I put them in the storage, didn't I? Do we actually need to put anything in here? Think about this. No? No. I guess we'll just take that disenchanting lens and some books. Oh, I actually have some bookshelves, so that should be funny. Ow. Can't believe I just ran into a wall too hard. So I believe it's, how does this work? From either a book or an enchanted book, throwing both items in front of the laser. Oh, okay. So I guess we got to do it fast with this specific setup. Yeah, just like that. Cool. Well, we don't really need mending on this, I don't think. I think if you put on braking on it, it might use less power. Well, let's give it a charge all the way to full, huh? Nope. Don't want to drop that, that's for sure. Let's put it in there. Alright, so I redid some key bindings, so should be able to do that to turn it on. Nice. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Oh. Oh, wow. And oh, that's nice. Oh man. I also got this particle customizer I want to throw on. Actually, I wonder if I take this to the nun one. If I do that, does that make the sound go away? No, no it doesn't. Alright, we'll just go back to the this one then. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, 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 I can fly again. Oh, I can spread my wings and my cape can fly through my head. Oh, oh, I'm so happy. Look at how fast you can go too. Plus this is a suitable charger now for instead of the flux capacitor, so we don't actually need this anymore because this does this as well. We can actually probably move that holding 4 enchantment to something else if we really want to, which could be good. Let's drain this thing all the way and then I'll worry about that between episodes, which I think we're gonna call it here. I feel pretty good about this. I feel really confident again, honestly. I feel like we've really got this in the bag. Like, Elevatium seems so far from when you start. and it feels like this is a big step. This feels like a big step, and I'm really, really excited for that. And I'd be really excited to catch you again next time, if you'll be here for me, of course. Thank you for watching, and of course, if you got this far, I mean, I assume you liked the video, so maybe click with the like button. This channel is really tiny. Give it support. I want it, please. I said please, like I mean, that's kind of how many YouTubers that say please give me a like, you know? Think about it like that. Hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.